Sophia Marie. Okay, Bill Elkins. Okay, okay. Generalissimo, Midnight, Cinda Lawrence, DG Clearing. Wonderful. Welcome to this edition of Thursday Night's Open Mic, hosted by moi, La Bruja. Woo! Go me, go me, go me. I wanted to dress up tonight. I wanted to, because tonight is the eve of the most tragic loss in New York City's modern history. 19 years ago, the Twin Towers crumbled, thousands and thousands of lives stolen. World Trade Center was built on a burial ground filled with unmarked graves of Native Americans whose land was stolen, and unmarked graves of African slaves stolen from their land to work this one. As I sifted through my things, I look upon my IDs and I find my World Trade Center ID. I used to work there when I was a teen in Murray Bertram High School. Look at me looking all corporate, wearing my mother's suits. I was a data entry operator for Shearson Lehman Hutton, and I knew how long it would take to get to the top of the towers. I did it every day for some time. And so when I wrote WTC, it came from a very real place. I think last week I did WAP, but this WTC was my first acronym poem, my most famous acronym poem. I performed it on Def Poetry Jam on HBO in 2002, and I'm gonna read it to you tonight. WTC, World Trade Center. What's the cause? Work to change, wish to connect, want to cry. Watched them climb, watched towers crash. Wishes turned cloudy, whispered to Christ. Watched the children. Wish time could wash this clean, witness the corruption, war that conquers, W targets countries. White torn cloth, wrists turned cold. Watched the cloud wrap the city, watched the calamity, work towards charity. Women try calming, weakness to courage, worthless to cooperate, watching them corroborate, wounds to clean, working to counterbalance, winding the clock, willingness to counsel. Wife tries cooking, washing the clothing, working the corner, writing to courts, well wishing the children, wanting to create worlds to cradle, want to cover, wrong to cry. Wisdom takes crossroads, and warriors think consciously, waiting to contact witches turned counselors. WTC. And if you're into documentaries, there's a documentary called Hip Hop Hope, and that's on YouTube. And it was about the effects of 9/11 on hip hop, and more original work dedicated to World Trade Center 9/11 is in that documentary, music and poetry. This is my printed book, The Poetician, that WTC is in, but it's only available right now as an ebook on Amazon through Kindle, The Poetician, if you're interested. So now let's get to it. We've got a long list of beautiful names. If this is your first time performing ever in your life, please let me know, and I may just sing the Pop the Cherry song for you. If it's a new poem that you're reciting, let us know, and we will all say, new shit. You have about 5 minutes to do your thing. If you are up to the 4-minute mark and you only have 1 minute to go, don't do some new shit. just plug yourself, let everybody know how to follow you and what you're doing and all that great stuff. Be sure to have your cameras on. No nudity allowed. Whatever's in frame, of course, but please be as vulnerable as you want to be. No hate speech against each other, but you could talk shit about Trump or what's going on in America, you know? And I would just like to say that we would like to thank our sponsors, because I have to thank the sponsors: National Endowment for the Arts, Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, New York Community Trust. And if you'd like to make a donation, please visit nuyorican.org/contribute. Got to do those things. And if you want to find out more about me, caridadelaluz.com is my website. I'll put everything in the chat. La Bruja NYC on IG. You should already be following me. I'm doing some really cool stuff that I'm very, very proud of. But tonight is not about me. It is about Sofia Giudici, Phil, aka Midnight, James, Mr. Speaker Sears, Mr. Teso Somok, a bunch of beautiful people. Let's see if they're in the room, and let's get to it. Oh boy, let's see. Is Sofia Giudici in the house? Let's unmute her. Yes. Come on now. Is it me? I don't hear anything.
What's the name again?
Sofia Giudici. Let us know if you're here. Yes.
I'm here.
Woohoo! Where are you coming from tonight?
So I'm from Jersey.
Joey.
I'm about an hour outside New York. Went to school in New York, back home, but you know, gotta love it. This is my first time at Nuyorican Poets Cafe, but I did perform in college, so we're
nice. That's where you cut your teeth. Was in college.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh yeah. So there's a new-ish poem. I've never performed this one. I was just reminded of how much I love it. And
no shit.
Yep. So we're ready.
Go get them, Sofia, with your new shit. Let's do it.
All right. Here it goes. I am not a city mouse, but I was raised by two. And though I will return to the open air, sometimes I feel life grows just as vibrant here, and there is plenty, yes, oh so plenty, to be grateful for in this concrete jungle. Though the wildflowers do not provide shade, there are instead great green glades in the middle of Manhattan, where I can scamper and soak in the sun, then catch the D train quick as a whip when I have to run. Tea time at home would be leisurely, but on Thursdays, it is in a to-go cup, coffee color as crisp as the color of my shirt, not so calm and serene, but quickly capering to my night class. 3 hours of Shakespeare, almost as happily met as my hometown after such metropolis meanderings. I am all at once in love with the court and the forest. My soul needs both, the town and trees, both civilizing for the soul. They soothe the savage beast of discontent and gladden my heart with lively promenades and freshening breezes. It is not either or, it is both and. My heart beats to thrumming city streets and the drum of a woodpecker stumping our front lawn, slow and steady. I am all aflutter with a late night bite and a bit of entertainment at Lincoln Center, with the anticipation of home, the recharge in an old bed before I charge back in to take the slitty that never sleeps, that great giant by its Battery Park bull horns, and with my sweet suburban girl charms, lull it into a peaceful repose. Yes, I am not a city mouse, but I am better than a matador, ready to wrestle the rage of a city as great as New York, with all the fire that rages in a flamenco dancer's heels, my castanets of courage and quick smiles cutting the apparent unconquerable sprawling mess down into manageable pinches for my rather small hands. I am no man, seeking to conquer a daunting land, but a woman to boldly step forth and adore this city as much as I can, to give a bit of my own homegrown plants, sincerity, charity, clarity, to a place gridlocked at times by harried days competition and apathetic ways. I am all at once in love with the court and the forest, and seek to be the court's jester, play the country bumpkin, if only to bring a bit of simplicity to such sprawling complexity and at times complacency, to be a fool for love, and like a forest sprite, be a merry wanderer of New York's many epic nights, and bring some merry band of mischief makers to the light, where jokes that carry what is only merry make the city so much more bright. In being this fae, I wish to marry the court and the forest in the hearts of those who dwell in either, that when they dwell where little green grows, it will grow in their heart, and that when they go to repose in the forest, still the carousing city and their love will never truly be apart. Thank you.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes, be a fool for love, all of you. Thank you, Sophia. Snaps, snaps, put all your information in the chat, because we're, I guess, gonna keep it going, keep it flowing. Go to Phil, aka Midnight. Philip Curtis, what is Phil bringing us tonight?
There we go.
The midnight. Hey, how you
What's
doing?
up, bro? Hey, you went to Bertram?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's what's up. What year you graduated?
1991.
I was going, okay.
How about you?
87.
87. You went to Bertram too?
Yeah, I went to
But
Bertram.
that's why I worked at World Trade Center, was because
Exactly.
you know what was your major?
Accounting.
Accounting. I was secretarial science, and that was.
And then I went from there to 100 Center Street probation. So it was all good.
Damn. So what you gonna give us? I know he's gonna be a haiku.
I was gonna do my 9/11 piece tonight, but I changed my mind. I don't want to go there tonight. I'm gonna give. I can't do it tonight. It's a flat. I'm not feeling it for tonight.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna do 4 haikus in a short piece.
Let's do it. That sounds like a hot wings and a biscuit. Let's go.
We chose each other, blended skin to skin passion. We fuck racism. Through the Black Panther, Marvel Avengers did learn that Black Lives Matter. We all claim New York, but you are not from Brooklyn. How unfortunate. Your Black girl magic, when your beauty is embraced, needs no face filters. All right, let me do this piece real quick. This is what I heard her say. I am hurting. She finds herself at times doing more than she can, then realizes that she is only human, hurting, but she doesn't want to hurt others. It's draining her. And although she is full of love, she is empty inside, taking her away from some of her primary responsibilities, hurting by no fault of others. But in order to take some of her pain away, she must focus her attention on things that calls for her undivided attention. Hurting, but the details need not be mentioned at this time, but do know that she loves and cares for you. But for now, she must take time for herself in order to work the hurt away. She said that to say this, I'm here for you, always, but I cannot be the first person called upon in each and every situation. Why? Because I am hurting.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Philip Curtis, aka Midnight. You gotta heal those wounds, right? This is why we do these poems.
True that.
Yes. So thank you so much for sharing your poetry with us, fellow Bertramite.
Yes, that's Bertram.
That is so wild.
Next week I have to pull up my Bertram hat or something, you know.
How did you know that I went to Bertram?
You just said it in the intro.
Oh, I did? Damn.
Work with me, work with me.
Oh, so thank you. Thank you so much, fellow Bertramite. John Leguizamo went to Murray Bertram.
Oh,
Who else went to Murray Bertram?
one of the Wayans brothers went to
Yeah,
Bertram.
one of the Damon Wayans went to Murray
Damon Wayans went to
Bertram.
Bertram.
Q-Tip went to Murray Bertram.
Q-Tip, Jonathan Davies
And
went to
Sergio
Bertram.
George went to Murray
Yes,
Bertram.
yes.
We've got a roster of beasts that came out of Bertram. You
We got
included.
a porn star that came out of there too, but that's another topic.
I wouldn't know about those things. All right, so let's keep it going, keep it flowing. Thank you, Phil, aka Midnight. Let's see, is James, Mr. Speaker Sears in the room? Mr. Speaker, James, Mr. Speaker Sears. If not, Tesosomok might be in the building too. Let me see, should I be typing? Yes, I should. There he is, James Sears. He's under James Sears. Let's unmute him. New Eurekan Poets Cafe, Thursday night online open mic. Hello. He didn't accept. All right, so Tesosomok, let's do it. Follow Midnight Poet 00. Tesosomok, you hear? James Sears, you hear? Ayúdenme, por favor.
Here, can you hear me?
There you go, señor. ¿Cómo estás?
I'm good. Let me switch my background and then I can get going.
All right. Remind everybody where you are tonight.
I am in California, Uber Alice. I have one piece. It's titled My Uncle's Mule. She would never be a horse, but that was genetic. Mula prieta, my uncle would say, and whistle to the shiny black mule that would come around. She was not as tall as a horse, of course, but she was black, coat resembling fresh broken obsidian. Mula prieta was the closest she came to a name. Not like the other donkeys who might have been her father, Burro Carnelo, Burro Pasmado, Burro Paisa. They had attained names. Mula Prieta, she remained. No one could remember her father, to say the least of her mother. Everyone knew that grandfather's young Alazan had been fathered by a horse from over the Sierra, and that his father's father had been the horse that Coronel Esteban Torres had ridden into one of those Guadalajara battles. And so the history of the horse's ancestors would continue till someone could assure that grandfather's small quarter horse had been historically fathered by Nuño de Guzman's very own horse, the one that he rode to conquer Jalisco. But that was not why she was special or memorable. Rather, it was her ability to refuse to be bridled. No one could get close to her ear. She would jump, neigh, stomp, kick, and fight till my uncle would break her spirit for that day. A last statement about her wildness, the part of her the horse breaker could not get out. It has been told unto me that a mare's ears are erogenous. Horses in courtship bite each other's ears. Maybe that's why she would not let anyone touch her ears. Don Bartolo said that my uncle got her cheap because she would always put up a good fight when being saddled up in the mornings. In the evenings, she would not hesitate to let you pull the bridle off. She would run around the corral, remembering something lost. It was the copal tree at the other end of the Veladero farm that my uncle took her one morning. She was refusing to be bridled. My uncle had been out drinking most of the night. I knew because my aunt Asuncion had come around midnight asking me to start thinking about going to look for my uncle. The dogs broke into a sprint, and I knew I could go back to sleep. The copal tree, besides being all gummed up and sticky, resembled an old craggy oak bent over. He lassoed the mule around the neck and threw the rope at me, and I wrapped it around the copal's trunk. I knew I had to do it. I saw the shimmer in his eyes and smelled the alcohol, and the last thing I wanted to be was the mule tied up on this copal tree. It was a tough fight. She shook the tree with all her might. I kept running into the tree trunk and then sticking my foot against it as I pulled back with all my might. At one point, my uncle was yelling, "Pinche mula, hija de tu puta madre que te parió." And he took out his 38 and he fired it near her ear. She jumped and hung herself. For an instant in time, I held the rope and I saw my uncle drop the gun and jump to the mule's side and beg her not to die. I let go the rope in tears and she fell to the ground spasmodically. My uncle was crying and calling for my aunt Asuncion. I don't know why. A few seconds later, after she had splattered a bucket of water, she came about shimmering black. I knew she had beaten my uncle that day. I felt her strength, and I wondered when I would break away from the abandon of my norteño parents who had left me behind with a tyrannical uncle who not only beat his kids, but also his mule.
Oh, man. Eso somos. That was so powerful. Powerful imagery. Thank you so much for sharing that.
And then you can see this is the actual Google map of where the farm was at. And that's actually on top of a hill. And those are the copal trees up there. But that is not the actual mule. She's probably dead now.
Wow. So when I was talking about being as vulnerable as you want to be, that's what I'm talking about right there. Thank you so much. Eso somos.
Thank you, guys.
Buenas noches. That was amazing. So James Sears is in the room. He has been in the room. And so we're going to go with James Sears. Let Mr. Speaker speak after all. And then we'll go with Monica. Monica Berger, I see Metronome. Is that your AKA? And I missed it? Let me know. I'm trying to chat you up. But right now, Mr. Speaker. Do it, do it, do it. Mr. Speaker, are you there? You're unmuted. The poor mule, yeah, right? It's like cutting your nose to spite your face. It's just terrible. Some people would just like hurt themselves, hurt everybody around them, and just keep on hurting. I don't know, James Sears, I don't know what's wrong with your computer. We're not hearing you. Going once, going twice, you're unmuted. Ay, Dios mío. So let's see, it's Monica. Are you Monica Metronome? Come on, we don't want to waste this time. This is precious time for DG Clearing, Brian Franco, Rich Glenn, and Ray Jane. Yo, and next week, I'm going to be in Mexico. I hope the signal is strong because if it is, I'm going to be hosting an open mic from Mexico. Cabo San Lucas or something like that for the very first time. Yeah, I haven't traveled since the pandemic. I was in Belgium when the pandemic hit and I made it just right before they closed the airports. Yes, I'm gonna do some video shooting for my WAP video while I'm out there. Who we got? Who's in the building?
Okay, so I can unmute now.
Are you Metronome?
I am, that's my new handle now.
Okay, I was trying to chat you up. I was like,
I just tried to change it on my little window, but
okay, cool. Oh yeah, I should be changing I got my government on my window. Caridad de la Luz. So what are you gonna do for us? You got some shoes on today, or now that you're Metronome, you don't? You don't hear me? Am I muted? Does everybody else hear me? Give me thumbs up if you hear me.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh,
okay. Sorry, I missed all that. What were you saying?
Your shoe game? You got any shoe game, or
yes.
that your Metronome? No.
Yeah, so I have my shoes today with my skirt.
Okay.
All right.
Queen.
With my knee-high socks.
Yes.
So thank you. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 short poems. They're kind of
Take
new.
away, Monica Berger, aka Metronome.
Thank you. I believe in expiration dates. Nothing lasts forever except forever. Never mind the bullshit. Keep on living gut honestly with your gut on your sleeve. Listen to that always. The gut is forever true. Our second brain, our intuition. It's not fiction. What we were taught growing up. Believe that. Can't hide from the truth, but you can be led astray for a long time, but not forever. The light eventually wakes us up from the dark conditioning that wants us not to be the black sheep that stands out, but like the herd that follows one another, following someone else, following. Run away from the followers, the teetotalers, the caffeine and spirits. All you will be left with is a migraine, nothing to gain except redundant, boring pain. Refrain from the stagnant, resist the resentment. It will keep you anchored in forever. Pull the lever, put your foot on the gas, do something. Action with purpose is the key. Check your intention and you will be free forever. All right. I let go of the asshole once and for all. I let go of the dick and all the shame that comes with it. I let go of the unworthy. I let go of the broken. I let go of the bullshit and fake truth and your so-called honesty. I let go of the pain and the hurt and the migraine. I have learned my lessons. Thank you for coming into my life and teaching me a lesson. I appreciate it and finally let go of it. There's nothing here for me. I have hit the dead end. All the signs say the same thing. All they have for me is pain. So I say goodbye once and for all. I don't like pain, so I bless it. I bless you and I bless the migraine. And now I let go. Why should I waste any more time? Why should I bend down my head and cry? I look up and say, thank you.
Woo! Yes, Metronome. Tick tock. Get that motherfucker off the block. No.
Yes, on my own beat. Thank you.
Woo! What? I got into it the moment you were like getting him out. I was like, oh shit.
I love it. Oh my God, we graduated both in 91. I love that we are the same age. What?
Yes,
I
queen.
love our generation.
Yes, yes. Even though, no, I was in high school when I was 10. I was 10 years old.
Oh, okay.
I got scared.
That's awesome. Yeah, me too.
I'm kidding. All right, sweetheart. Mwah, Metronome, Monica Berger, everybody. Boo, doing it big. All right. So now, I don't know what happened with Mr. Sears. I saw him being readmitted in the waiting room because it's like, we have a lounge. It's like this virtual lounge. And so he was in the waiting room. I don't know if we could unmute him, but if not, we're going to go with DG Clearing. Let's see.
This is Mr.
There
Speaker.
you are, sir. Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Cool. What you going to do for us tonight?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Take it away.
Little Africa, let's grow. Allow me to take you back in time, provide you with some knowledge. See, baby, I'm gonna tell you about a place you're just not gonna hear about while attending college. The time was 1870 to 1921 for your historical notation, and the north side of Tulsa, Oklahoma was the actual recorded location. North Tulsa was called Little Africa, as this name marked praise. The most affluent Black community in America, the witnesses were amazed. Jim Crow laws created all Black communities. See, we cannot deny this. And right down, racial lines was how the United States was divided. Tulsa, Oklahoma was separated by the Arkansas River, but not equal by any tale. See, the white side was pretty prosperous while the Black community completely excelled. Little Africa contained Black doctors, politicians, or Burns and PhDs, all Black businesses, farms, schools, and many Black attorneys, Black-owned restaurants, grocery stores, libraries, movie theaters, places to sleep, so many prosperous businesses that Greenwood Avenue was called Black Wall Street. Yes, Black Wall Street, because see, that's just how much money flowed. I'm not making this up, it's research, and it's the truth history holds. Nepotism kept the money circulating within the community, even for loans. Everyone purchased from their neighbor, which kept the money coming right back home. Brotherly love and altruism were practiced, while crimes were very low. Morals were taught to all, and children actually did what they were told. Neighbors volunteered to help other neighbors in times of trouble. City families had about 5 children, while farming families had about double. White coal miners came to North Tulsa to work 72-hour-long shifts as well. So they too helped the pockets of these Black businesses to swell. In the 1800s, Little Africa had its own transportation system to assist them all. Blacks kept to themselves, took care of each other so no citizen would fall. From Greenwood Avenue to Archer and Pine Streets, life was prosperous and grand. And if you take the first letters of those streets, G-A-P, you will see that's where they got the name for the Gap Band. But shouts out to Uncle Charlie. There were over 100 Black millionaires, 6 even on airplanes. Black Wall Street was thriving and looking for more financial gain. But see, on the South Side, whites were living below the poverty line. And white servicemen returning from World War I, well, they also fell on hard times. So what happened to Little Africa, one might say? Well, the Ku Klux Klan decided they were going to take that prosperity away. So on the 1st of June, 1921, envy, greed, and jealousy took control, and a Black Holocaust in America was about to unfold. This race riot was one of the most violent ever carried out on American people. It was the largest massacre of non-military Americans in history with no recorded equals. Within hours, hundreds of Black-owned businesses destroyed on the north side of town. 3,000 men, women, and children dead. Hundreds could not be found. Hundreds of homes and farms lit up the skies as they were burned to the ground, while good white Christian families just watched and stood around. Witnesses to the KKK killing anyone whose skin color was brown. Little Africa was unlawfully lynched as this massacre went from yard to yard, from house to house, and from yard to yard, until the white sheriff sent his Black deputy to call out the state's National Guard. The National Guard came to prevent the loss of more innocent lives, as death is what they saw. And the first order of business was to establish and enforce martial law. They stopped the killings, aerial bombings, disarmed and set the Klan home by doing their jobs, but they failed to prevent the loss of hundreds of businesses, stores, movie theaters, pawn shops, banks, churches, and even a hospital laid in the wake of his hateful and angry mob. Restitutions never happened. Insurance claims dishonored and Black voices silenced. Mass graves around this city hid this act of complete and senseless violence. Impact: today, African Americans have little nepotism, and we've lost a lot of our financial power. We seldom support each other, and our money can leave the community within about a couple of hours. So consider this your history lesson for today. And do not underestimate your economic might, because baby, if you don't honor and protect what you have, it could be gone overnight. In peace.
Ooh. Mr. Speaker teaching us. Oh my goodness. And you know, it's their descendants that are militias now.
Whew. There you go. Don't get me started.
Brace yourselves, my people. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much for sharing that. There's people all in the chat loving it. I want you to record it, publish it, share that poem. It's so, it's like teaching the history in that way is just so powerful. So thank you. Share your handles real quick. Everybody wants to follow you. You on Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Mr. Speaker to you, and I'm on Facebook at James Mr. Speaker Series. That poem is in a book called The Heart of a Military Leader, Amazon somewhere, something like that. In my trunk.
All right. Type that in the chat too, so we can have that, okay?
I'm gonna log off my phone and log back in my computer, then I'll put it in the chat.
All right, then thank you so much. Peace. Okay, so DG Clearing, let's go with DG Clearing. He's gonna be clearing the air with his poem. He's gonna be like, I'm here. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Good to be here. Thanks.
Nice to see you again, sir.
Nice to see you. I appreciate it. You know, tomorrow's 9/11. My brother was in the towers. He survived. He was going up to Port Authority. It was a terrible day. It was a terrible time. I have a poem called Just Yesterday. Every day what happened is remembered. The people, the planes, assassins crashing in them, with humanity inside. Crimes against the innocent are forever felt. the towers burning, falling from the sky, the Pentagon on fire, heroes taking over, sacrificing themselves, crashing into the Somerset field. They say time heals, but it was just yesterday, 19 years later, 9/11. Scars are marked with no concealment, forever burned in our memory. The loss of life, family, and friends, 2,977 souls taken before their time. For each we say a prayer. For each we ring a bell. For each survivor we honor you. For each is remembered in our thoughts and prayers. Our innocence was taken that day, stripped to the bone. If we could only have it back. We came together to console. We came together to grieve. We came together to mourn. We came together to heal. We came together to pray. We came together to rebuild, to build a better foundation, to build new towers in the sky, to build places of remembrance, to build a better nation. To all those who have sacrificed, saving, rebuilding, and protecting us, the men, the women, the moms, the dads, the girls, the boys, the uncles, the aunts, the cousins, the grandmas, the grandpas, the firefighters, the police, the EMTs, the doctors, the nurses, the volunteers, the citizens, the shopkeepers, the businesses, the soldiers of the Coast Guard, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the National Guard, the unnamed branches of our protectors, the unknown heroes of our nation, the allies who helped us. Thank you for your sacrifice, for your patriotism, for your allegiance, for your unselfishness, for your courage, for your health, for your breath, for your life. You will always be remembered. We will never forget. Thank you.
DG Clearing. Thank you so much.
So thank you, everyone. Please remember everybody tomorrow. You don't have to find me any place today. Just remember everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, DG Clearing, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm glad that your brother survived.
I am too.
I appreciate your words. You know, I'll tell you who wasn't in the towers. I think there was a couple of politicians that knew not to show up to work that day, and they had their offices there, and I digress. So Brian Franco is coming up next, but right now, who do we have? Who do we have here? Yeah, Brian Franco. Is that who we have next? And then Rich Glennon after that, and then Ray Jane. Generalissimo, unmutilo el Generalissimo, who reached out to me on Tuesday night. Reached out to me on Tuesday night about the list not being open. I was like, ask because it opens on Wednesday night. I said, he's so reckless. I used to think he was shameless. Now he's shameless and reckless. Unmute him. What is going on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, there you are.
Okay, shalom everyone. I've got a new piece. It's a bit raw. I did it at Peggy Robles Alvarado's Wednesday workshop. It's called.
New shit. You know, I popped her cherry.
Well, I have to tell you, everyone should go to this workshop. You will get great stuff out of it. I am always amazed with how she works through people. So this piece, I have to find it, is called, it's a bit long, but it's called 25 plus reasons why I'm alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, open the door. Saturday, November 2nd, I wake, shower, farmer's market, Target, copper kettle for breakfast, go home, put produce in the fridge. When I go to bed, it feels like there's a rock in my stomach. The pain only exists when I lie down. 5, 6, 7, 8, close the gate. Sunday the 3rd, I've barely slept, only 30 minutes here and there in my wingback chair. This weird pit in my stomach is my only symptom. It only exists when I lie down. It worsens as the day and night flow into Monday the 4th. I'm severely exhausted. 5 a.m. I shower. 7:30 I call my doctor's office. They'll see me immediately. I all of a sudden can barely breathe. My face starts sweating. There is no discernible pain, not in my arms, legs, or chest. I can barely move. I'm overcome with exhaustion. I sit on the stairs. I dial 911. I can barely get the words out. I'm overcome with fear. The EMTs will arrive in 10 minutes. It takes me 4 to 5 to get up. 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't dare delve. Don't dare delve. I didn't almost have a heart attack. I was attacked by an unknown virus. Maybe I touched a door, shopping cart handle, or counter, then touched my face or passed someone as they coughed or sneezed. Pneumonia ensued, my lungs filled with fluid multiple times. The walls of my lungs continually absorbed the fluid. My heart started beating extra hard to help my lungs keep breathing, but then it slowed down to 40% capacity so it could keep beating itself. According to the doctors, I was in partial heart failure, but because it only slowed to 40%, I didn't almost have a heart attack. After 3 days in the hospital, I had peed out 24 pounds of fluid. 13, 14, 15, sweet 16, 4 more days in the hospital. I order healthy food off a menu, no jello required. Sunday the 10th, I thank the doctors, nurses, and respiratory therapists. I return home. It doesn't welcome me back, but I want to kiss every inch of it. As soon as I touch my beautiful, comfortable mattress, I exist in a deep state of slumber. 17, 18, 19, 20, instructions aplenty. From 3 pills pre-event to 9. My father was taking 15 at age 63 when he fell asleep on a bench in a mall, sitting with my brother and his future father-in-law, while my mom, my brother's future bride, and her mother were in Neiman Marcus trying on rehearsal dinner dresses. My pneumonia triggered a supposedly permanent heart condition. My cardiologist says I can eventually lose all the new meds but it'll take time. I've also gained a cardiologist, pulmonologist, and dietitian to my healthcare team. I now have a healthcare team. 21 through 24, it's okay to throw away the apple core. I'm 54. Cardiopulmonary exercise class complete with heart monitoring, where the next oldest participant is 68. I pay the 14-year-old across the street to take out my trash cans for the next 2 months. A sleep study, new CPAP machine, a separate bill for every doctor's visit, procedure, test done, and respiratory therapy session during my 7-day, 6-night luxury spa vacation. It takes 3 months to find out how much of the hospital bill my $800 plus per month insurance will pay. I'll be paying the remainder off for the next 2 years. Thank God the hospital doesn't charge interest, some do. 25 and all the rest. Doc says to avoid stress. Thank you, everybody.
Generalissimo, Brian Franco, you're so courageous to survive those things. And Peggy Robles Alvarado, everybody should follow her. She is a tremendous teacher. She really is a teacher. She teaches children as well as these amazing workshops. I remember the first time she came to an open mic. I was hosting back in El Barrio at the time, and I popped Peggy Robles' cherry, and she's tremendous. And now, years later, we're still friends, and she's a fellow bruja. We were on this episode of Habla Women for HBO Latino, and there was a porn star in that one too. Phil Midnight, who got interviewed for that. So now let's go with Daddy to be Rich Glennon. Going once, going twice.
Oh, hey.
Hey, there he is.
How are you?
Doing, Rich?
Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Tip my hat to you. We'll do 4 short poems. First one is called Atticus. Atticus. My ficus, a foot in height. Not sure if you've always been that tall, but you're just right, aimed where it's bright, heeding the sun's call. This next one is called Grainy. All right, Grainy. My pain is the blood moon, captured with a camera, but looks like a dog's nipple when I show you the picture. Okay, I got a haiku left and then a little bit longer poem. All right, this is the haiku. The old rain murmurs, I wasn't always water, as the gutter bleeds. The old rain murmurs, I wasn't always water, as the gutter bleeds. Okay. And the last one is called Returning a Gift. We got a big day tomorrow. Macy's. Got to return an extra diaper bag that someone bought us. If they give us store credit like we think they will, my wife and I are going to split it 50-50. She's going to get some sort of moisturizer, but I'm not sure what I'm going to get. Nothing fits me right because I'm chubbier than normal. Thing is, I'm not going to come back once I shed this excess weight just to use my half of the Macy's money. So I'll probably just let my wife have it. It would be like giving her a gift I didn't pay for. Actually, I need socks. I'm going to get socks. A lot of socks. Is this poem over yet? All right, thank you.
Rich Glennon, everybody. Deep Thoughts by Rich Glennon. I'm not gonna go to Macy's with you, man. Meanwhile, your wife is pregnant. That's hilarious. I like socks too, though. I'm a sucker for socks, man. For hats and socks. I'm a bruja. Witches love hats and socks. So.
It's actually funny because it was my birthday the other day, and I got actually 2 pairs of socks for my birthday. So it's not really, it's a poem. It's not really nonfiction, you know. So that's as far as I stray from reality.
And then I'm thinking, how expensive are diaper bags these days? It's just inconceivable. Thank you, Rich Glennon. Thank you so much. All right, now we're gonna go with Ray Jane. Woo woo! Where's Ray Jane? Where she is, I want to know.
Hello.
Hey, she got that poetic flow.
What's up? How you doing, Bruja?
I'm good, honey. How you doing?
I am well. Happy belated to Rich. Happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday, Rich. Oh. How you doing, Ray Jane?
I'm all right, you know. Yeah. Living, maintaining, you know.
Smooth as silk.
I try, you know. Keep the fabrics nice for you.
Yeah, honey, boo-boo. Last week you killed it with that poem.
Ooh, thank you.
For us today, some new shit, old shit, classic shit, hot shit. What you got?
Oh snap! Hold up, let me look and see what shit I got.
Some unknown shit. Oh, okay.
I got a little mix of some older shit and some new shit.
Okay, solid shit. Go ahead, boo.
Yes, we gonna talk about some learning and some moving along. All right. The first one is called Instead. It's funny how I'm whizzing past the warning signs, the ones that I designed last time again, totally disregarding them with feeble attempt to touch you when you're obviously untouchable, obviously. I haven't learned shit. Instead of growing, I'm throwing circular tantrums, trying to call myself fit, well equipped to have you. Don't laugh, boo. Could be good, I promise you, but I'm bouncing checks from emotional bank. Don't thank me yet. I'm still hurdling myself and my love hasn't cleared. It's just as I feared, my affection feels too weird, or you're too scared. Or maybe it's simply that you don't want me and getting a grip feels too much like ego slip. And baby, I ain't got no insurance. So who blames you for not wanting to crash with me? Shit, I'm over here mashed up like catastrophe. Hopefully it's fine. I'ma be something covered by liberty, to be honest. I must not think I deserve more than inattentive, the lack being more than disincentive. Try to flee, but your energy gets inventive and mine becomes retentive. And instead of getting together my head, I invite the thought of you back into my bed. Instead of doing me, I do you figuratively. Again, I lose me and your webbed passions, old fashioned and unevolved. I throw flowers on my self-respect, put me back in your coffin and let you vampire me again. Way too excited to be dead. That's the first one. Thank you. The second one is called Pyres. I watched my love burn up in flames before my eyes. And I don't mean that Hollywood burn, where they show you 5 screams pan out and return with the ash is running out of live ember. No, I mean really watched my love burn. The way fire really moves, watched the layers melt off of my love, watched the skin of it drip into itself and stoke its own demise. I watched the last exhale when crisped lungs collapsed for the last time, releasing love's spirit like unholy ghost. I watched it roast, horrified when vultures began to loop, even wasted my time for a while, shooing them away from us like our fate had not already been picked apart. Eventually, when our vapors became loom black, and returned to the earth from whence they climbed, when the bones of us again became dust, when no fiery spark could trigger me to arson myself again. That's when I put my can of kerosene down, stopped wailing quietly over us, took a deep breath, blew what was left of us into the wind, graciously prepared by the ancestors who picked you up quickly, finally able to get you far enough away from me that I stopped shouting fire. Gently, they removed my ready hand from along, dismembering the monuments I made to you, dipping my mind, baptizing me in smelling salts until I came to. Slowly, I'm opening eyes for the first time, not smelling you. Thank you.
Queen Ray Jane, everybody. She's not smelling you or you or you. I was thinking of tattooing a little mustache right here and being like,
that would be fire. That would be fire.
Deep thoughts. Thank you, Queen Ray Jane.
Yes, thank you for letting me be with y'all. Bruja, you know I miss you every week, all week until Thursday. So
thank you.
You already know what it is.
That's why I had to chat you up on IG a little bit, just so I could get my Ray Jane dose too.
Oh, yes. Don't overdose now, girl. Don't overdose. JK. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at 3_4 THS Clairvoyant, CLRYVNT. I'll put it in the chat, or you can find me at itsrayjane.com. I'm excited to be with you.
Rayjane.com. Everybody follow the clairvoyance over there. She'll light up your life. All right. Mwah.
Love
Let's
to y'all.
keep it going. Keep it flowing. Nick, where you at, Nick? Paleologos, I think. Paleologos. I know you must have gotten mad cracks when you was a kid with your name, Paleologos. I know it. I know, because I used to get cracked. They used to call Caridad de la Luz. My teacher didn't even call me Caridad Delaney. Hey, Nick, how you doing?
I am well with all things considered. I was supposed to be at the Rammstein concert. That was supposed to be at the MetLife Stadium, but it's okay. I'm here with you guys, and in my wig and Batman shirt and everything. And you know, I'm glad to be here, and I'm ready to get things going. Yes, I did get cracked on my last name quite a lot. All the nicknames still haunt me. It's a wig. It's a wig because of the cosplay. I have two pieces for you today. This first one is called ADHD. I was tasked with what? I don't remember. My mind distracted me. Oh yes, the task was to what was it again? My mind has too much info to process in order to progress. I lost my focus. Hocus pocus. That didn't work. I need to do my job. I spring to action, and I've done my work. There I go again, waiting until the last minute. There's some days where I do my job in no time, and some days where it all backs up. I'm stuck in repetition. It upsets me. It angers me. I want to hit my brain and start functioning like a normal person. That's no longer the case. It dawned on me that maybe that being normal is pretty boring. Maybe I can contribute. Maybe I'm just not meant for the best. Depressing, isn't it? Mood swings. I gotta find balance. Maybe I'm just not meant for the best. Depressing, isn't it? Mood swings. I gotta find balance. This might be a blessing. This may be a curse. Only if I let it be. That's the first one, and the second one is new. This is new stuff right here. Yes. This one is called "Take Off the Crown and Stare at Your Own Mortality." Let me remove those so-called chains and take off that crown. That title that you hold has no merit here. That title is reserved for people who do not hate, who do not treat religion like football, who do not speak ill will for skin color, creed, hairstyle, etc., etc., etc. This title is not reserved for people who are against basic human rights. This title you clutch is just a crutch for your behavior. You're just a subtle form of the KKK. Subtle as in you won't burn crosses. Instead, use passive-aggressive measures instead. There is no I in angel. There is an I in evil. You think I am the devil? There is an I in there, but not my I. Just both of yours. You just stand idly by, waiting for the one to come down from the sky, hoping that it was worth it. Was it, though? The lens and lights from the sky denied the reality that you are perceived to be. Retrospectively, you seemingly are just another pawn in the plan. That is where you stand. You are not who your book states you are. Righteous, more like deceptive. Guiltless, more like invective. I'm not your devil. Because you need to look at yourself in the mirror and see the horns yourself, instead of the halo you think you have on your head. You are mortal and immoral, and the human you are has been tainted by the badges of your supposed honor that you have on your clothes painted. You know this, but preach peace and promise pleasantries while piling pity on a presence of precious power, while holding no principles of purity. Clarify again why you trade the facts for flourishing while fighting against fellow people to fulfill fabrications. Instead of looking at me for being a criminal, you should look at your own damn self. I see orange on your clothes instead of white. Oh, my apologies. I forgot you are colorblind. You'll find those answers that you're looking for in the end. So step inside and see your hide side from the inside. Don't look too hard. You'll rot like the others before. That's it.
Ooh, Nick. it. No principles of purity. We were loving
Thank
the
you.
alliteration. Let everybody know where to follow you.
Definitely, yes. You could follow me on Instagram at the real Nick P, and I have a Cash App. I'll leave it there too as well. It's just a $ and my last name, Paleologos. it's
Paleologos. I was saying it all
yes.
wrong.
No, you got it right. No, you got it right. Some people, it's two pronunciations. There's two different pronunciations. The old ancient Greek one was it has an AI in there instead of an E, but it was probably changed over from what was it, Ellis Island, when my relatives went over from Ellis Island. So it could be one or the other. So I don't know what it is. I have to look into that more. But yeah, I'll definitely drop my info in the chat. And guys, thank you for having me here. Everyone's been great so far, and let's keep it rolling. You know, I want to hear more awesome stuff right here. Let's go.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick. All right, now we're gonna go all the way to California and see what's good with Alexander Goldberg. And then it's Jennifer, aka Rose Gold Poet. So
okay, I am here.
Hi, Alexander. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Very, very good. I'm excited to perform tonight.
What are you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm gonna do a poem about a legendary hip hop group, Outkast.
Take it away.
All right. So, as we know from history, new phenomena in science and culture are hardly making their way. It so happens that they find recognition only with next generations. Great Galileo couldn't believe that planet turns not in a circular orbit, but through ellipse. Great Einstein did not accept quantum mechanics. At one point, Beethoven music was called cacophony, and creations of Shostakovich were called modern instead of music. Tango was considered an indecent dance. Who would have thought that bikini would arrive one day? I won't tell you about the difficult past of the group called Outkast that shined in the end of 20th and beginning of 21st century. Now, young people will hardly know and remember them, but they left their bright trace in music history. In 1995, they got the award for the best new hip-hop group at the Source Awards. In New York, the artists from Atlanta were booed. Andre 3000 at the Source Awards. I'm tired of these people. They're being so limited. We put out a demo, but no one was listening. But as you can see, Sal's got something to say. And that's all I wanted to say on this day. Big Boy, my friend is upset. He is almost in tears. But I know his words will be echoed for years. Our music is what you don't want to accept. However, you'll see what I will show you next. You see, me and Andre were given advance for the album. We were both 18 at the time. We did not know what fame meant. They paid us 5 figures and we spent it all on equipment. 1996. Andre. So I had produced elevators with my own device. I went through the options and listened to what sounds nice. I knew with this song, we were going to make a great leap. I made a new track and I put everything in a heap. Big Boy. At first we make the beat and then we add the bass. We use the 808. It's always on our tracks. It's not as much a sound, but it is a vibration. The smoke is all around, as well as the libations. I feel the speakers knocking when I am at this place. And on the way through chakras, this drum sound penetrates. Andre. I feel like a touch when music would go off. He bent his head so much, it seemed like it falls off. Big Boy. It was a scary sound and look. Nobody wrote this way before. It leaves the people wanting more. And then I sing the hook. You and me, your mama and your family. And I thought to myself, damn it, we have succeeded. Though it was so simple, it was also clingy. We brought Ellen Reed's song that we have selected. He said, do it over. Completely rejected. I came home and thought to myself, damn this label. We'll make it to radio now. We are able. We really believe in this track in our hands. It sounds awesome. Everyone will understand. We tell stories. People like them. If they like the sound, they'll pay us. Here's what happened from first album to the track called Elevators. We go on tour to different places. Feels like we're the stars. We eat at the same restaurants, remaining who we are. We live in the same area, go shopping in the count. At local stores, remembering on that glitters ain't gold. And in elevators, what strikes and what's central, identity, roots, and our pride in Atlanta. Now people respond with the pride in their hearts. I am from Atlanta. I'm from Dirty South. We take music seriously and we're proud of what we are doing. We're staying around. We stay in our land. We will show, we will tell that here in the South, there is something as well. 2020, T.I. The herd in New York, in LA from that point on, it ceased to be purely a Southern phenomenon. They play Southern hip hop all over the country. They're going beyond and accepted so widely. Big Boy. And we never tried to create a new track that sounded like what we have done a few years back. We did something bold, crossed the line in such way that it didn't matter what others would say. Jermaine Dupri. T.I. came, he talked about music and trap. Atlanta got something to say in its rap. Ludacris. Yes, I think that Outkast affected us all. They opened the door for the hearts and the songs and minds of the people to what South can give. They were inspiration in what they achieved. Andre 3000. If anyone doubts us, then keep hesitating, because we are so grateful. It really is helping. If we were to die on this day, it would seem that we have everything that we have ever dreamed. We earned ourselves Grammy, and we have indeed respect within hip hop, respect in the street. We made people think and we made people move and say that by now we have nothing to prove. Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Alexander Goldberg walking in their shoes through his words. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes. We have quite a few poets that know how to break down history, whether it be political history, musical history, just absolute storytellers and teachers. Thank you so much, Alex. They called you Alexander 3000. Who said that? The Withdrawn. Y'all motherfuckers is funny. All right, let's go with Rose Gold. Jennifer Yancey, let's do it. Alexander 3000. We're going to be hearing from The Withdrawn real soon after Joski C is up. But right now, Rose Gold Poet, then Louis Babong, Joski C, The Withdrawn. I think Veronica Bostic did join us. And then Bill Elkins. Let's see what's good. Unmute her so we can get that gold. Yes!
I love that hat, La Bruja.
Thank you, darling. How are you today?
I am great. I am great. Thank you.
What you gonna do for us today?
Okay, I got some new shit that I wrote over the weekend.
New shit. Go ahead.
This is called Casserole. It's not our fault. The truth don't go down easy. You're so comfortable in your false narratives because they showcase your fleeting power. The whole world is watching now, though it was never a secret that you were screwing us all ever since your death ships penetrated our shores. The hymen was broken by the promise of liberty and justice for most that you swore was so pure and chaste. When the hypnotist stops waving his "Don't Tread on Me" flag in front of your face and he snaps his fingers, breaking you out of your trance, you will not be able to handle the reality of your weak and insignificant existence. So deep in your delusion, you wouldn't be able to recognize a fact if it got on its knees and gave you a blowjob. What other nations on earth erect, uphold, and deify idols dedicated to traitors? There was no heritage in a symbol used by colonizers fighting for the right to keep and own other human beings. You can't let go of the fact that you lost, but we're expected to get over 4 centuries of affliction. If there is no harm in your flag, then why is it the standard uniform for grand dragons and white nationalists? Why does it defiantly flip me off at MAGA rallies? We built this very country upon the very land that you stole, yet you dare call us lazy and tell us to go back to fill in the blank country. Well, after you, because this country is kind of more ours than yours. Who else would convince a multitude of sheep that Jesus was blind and blue-eyed when the word clearly states he had hair of wool and feet of brass, and located in a part of the globe where no one looks like you? Yours is the only race, a construct generated by you, by the way, that has gone out of its way to marginalize Black, brown, and indigenous peoples worldwide. What have you created with your own ingenuity, your own innovation, intellect, sheer determination, and skill? What you did instead was take the easy route, commandeered the ideas and inventions of others and claim them as yours. You reduced our thriving towns to ash, placed us in internment camps during world conflict, and children in cages at the border. You appropriated our music, lips, hips, and asses that you regarded as lewd and demonic until you literally got your hands on them. Then, and only then, were they considered beautiful. You have neither a culture nor a God. You think we should be placated because we were granted one whole month to acknowledge we exist, conveniently pull MLK quotes out of your asses when you realize you're losing an argument to prove that you too sing America. That racism is over because you people had a Black president that you blatantly disrespected for 8 years. Whining, what more could you possibly want? Well, here is our list of demands. Stop killing us. Level the playing field in the areas of education, employment, advancement and promotion, housing, healthcare. Hold yourselves accountable. Stop whitewashing American history and teach it the way it really happened. And by the way, stop killing us. You do not have the right to remain silent while we're being silenced, only piping up when you try and justify why the overseers stole our breath. You are on some next level depravity. May you choke on your words and the weight of your apathy bore through your chest cavity like hollow point rounds of hellfire that you rain down on us every day of our lives. And may the truth burn and turn your insides out like a potent dose of castor oil. Thank you.
Woo! Rose gold. You went off. Aich. Powerful. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much for that. Everybody's feeling it. Ooh, fire, fire. May the truth burn. Decolonize this shit. Yeah, you do not have the right to remain silent while we're being silent. Stop killing us. Thank you so much. Rose Gold Poet, everybody. Jennifer Yancey, let them know where to follow you.
Sure. So on Facebook, you could find me at Rose Gold Poet, and on Instagram at Rose Gold Snap.
Okay, snap, snap, snap. You know where it's at. All right, let's keep it going, keep it flowing. Let's see what's good with Luis Pabon. And then Joski C, then the withdrawn. Tonight is lit. I know Luis Pabon is here.
Hey, I'm here. I'm here.
Hi.
Hey, ¿cómo estás? How are you?
Bien, ¿cómo estás tú?
I've seen better days. Let me just say that, you know. I was slated to go to California, but there's so many fires going on out there. So I'm here just being inspired. You know, I'm so grateful. Like, La Bruja, thank you so much. You're just like amazing. Thank you for providing the space. And everybody at the New Yo, I appreciate you all so much right now, really. You're like a port in the storm, literally. You know, so thank you.
Well,
I got one poem today.
What you gonna show us? Oh my God, is it new? Is it old? What you got?
Brand spanking new, really.
Fresh, hot, new shit. Yes, take it away.
So I wrote this piece. Basically, this piece was about what's going on in San Francisco, about the fires. And so I had to kind of process that. This piece is called The World is Burning. The world is burning and everyone around me has no clothes on. Everyone's a stranger, including my own mother. My sister has become another someone. My brother doesn't speak the lingo. My lovers, all no ones. My bed is kept company by pillows, sheets, and covers. And I'm always wondering about something or other, with deep lines always etched in my once smooth forehead. I am eating much older now, which means I eat by expiration date. My plate just a clock with forks I spin when I'm sad and bored, which is often these days. The world is burning, and everyone around me has no clothes on. I am alone in my apartment where I spin poems about a world that has been set on fire. I used to be accustomed to the flame, or maybe I was just some dumb ostrich with my head in a beach, or a book, or a cloud hoping for God to send a ladder down, and now I keep fighting off fires. The ones in my thoughts, the ones far off, the ones that keep burning no matter what is done. The world is burning, and everyone around me has no clothes on. Naked as jaybirds pecking for coins, selling ass for cash, pussy for pennies, dick for ducats, souls for shekels. Cheeks smile with dimples and dreams that suck you into alluring schemes. The hustle can hold you and never let you go. Steal your hope, institutionalized ghettos, the new swinging rope that swings soft and low. Like chariots set ablaze, his great day is coming. Remember, Jesus saves. Hurry to your Bibles. Hurry to your morals. Woe to money changers who seek to rob temples. He comes with great anger to turn over tables. The world is burning, and everyone around me has no clothes on. The men turn women to monsters. The women just let them, proud to be savages, ripping the men to pieces. The children are disobedient. They don't sit still after Ritalin. The teachers are drinking. The social workers are breathing. The clerk at the Pizza Hut is fighting. The cashier at Popeyes loves arguing. Cameras deployed to watch the bleeding. No one calls to help the needy. The hunt is on to murder Black skin. Hashtags are the new remembrance. I remember when walls had angels muraled inside of them. Now the walls are covered with portraits of dead Black men. The world is burning, and everyone around me has no clothes on, hoping to return to ashes, hoping there is a God. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you want to check me out on Instagram, I'm LMajesty1. I got a new book on Amazon. It's called Boy Butter. You could definitely check that out. And thank you so much for being here. You really have been a saving grace. Thank you.
Oof, boy butter, honey. Oh, I'm the one melting. Thank you so much for that. So powerful. There's people that are with us tonight that are actually in that part of the world.
Truth.
And our prayers are with you.
Truth.
Thank you, Louis. Let everybody know where to follow you. In the chat, write it down. And I hope that we are able to have clarity and peace. You know, I hope it doesn't get any darker than what it's been. I'm telling you, I've been thinking about November coming and just all of these things. Like, we are just at such a crazy point in our lives.
And please, please be safe traveling to Mexico. Have a great time, you know?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to go with my sorority sister. She has a timeshare over there, and she invited me, and she survived thyroid cancer. And
amazing.
We've never traveled together before, and I was like, you know what? Let me do this. And
nice.
Everybody is, my family is afraid, but you know, I also feel like I've done everything that I've wanted to do in my life. You know, everything that I've done, I'm happy, and you know, our journey is set before us, and I feel good with my spirit. If anything does happen, if I transition, I love all of you, and I'm so proud of all of you. And I will, I'll be saying prayers from over there too. Everywhere I go, I make a temple of everywhere that I go. Every space is sacred, and I always think of all of you. So, thank you, Louis. Thank you for your sharing, and thank you for your concern. But that's why you got to live every moment, like every day, like it's your last. You have to just live it to the fullest. You can't play small no more. You got to live big, do it big, everything big, heart big, love big. You love somebody, you better let them know that you love them. Even if they don't love you back, at least if you really love somebody, all you care about is that they know that you love them. You know, it's not about that's true love.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. All right, let's keep it going, keep it flowing. Who we got next? That was such a trip. Oh my gosh, what a journey. How we just, oof, my gosh. Let's see where we at. Where we at? Scott Pleasance is writing to me. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see here. Who do we have? Joski C. Let's do this. For yo.
Bruja?
Joski C.
Bruja. Are you hearing me?
How are you today?
Oh, I am so good. That was beautiful. I mean, you're just teaching us all the time.
Right? We all learn from each other. We learn from you too. What are you gonna share with us tonight?
Everybody's blowing my mind. I just can't even believe it. But I got a short, I'm hesitant to say poem because it's not that level of thing, you know, but a short thing I wrote followed by a song for me. Okay. As you know, there's 8 of these, including tonight, before the election. So I just have a certain focus. So I'm trying to understand how this being we call Donald Trump could have possibly come into existence. So this is an origin story. It's called Trump. The devil took a dump, flushed 10 to 15 times, then gazed at his creation in the bowl. One rogue stool, a splashy fool. With shit for brains, he rules the pool. With shit for soul, he tweets upon his golden bowl. The devil took a dump and called it Donald Trump. It's a bit on the rude side, I know. Trump is a pirate steering the ship into the abyss. Trump is a merchant 'cause sells us to the highest bid. Trump is a thief, steals loves from families. Trump is a gun, he just causes grief. In this age of rocket ships, Trump's an escalator. Lies pass between his lips, Trump's an escalator. He goes down, 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 down the escalator. He's going down, 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 down the escalator. Trump is infected, sickness he can't hide. Symptoms of delirium and pride. Acting like a fever when it's high. Trump is a virus, robs us of goodbyes. In this age of rocket ships, Trump's an escalator. Lies pass between his lips, Trump's an escalator. He goes down, 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 down the escalator. He's going down, 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 escalator. Thank you, Bruja. I appreciate it.
Trumps and escalator.
He's going down, I hope.
That shit is a bop. That shit is a bop. Trump's a constipator. Boom, boom. Making everybody so full of shit. Trump's a constipator. Boom, boom.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be our next remix, all right, Joski?
I'll tell you what, come join the band, Bruja. There's a place waiting for you, I swear. Thank you so much for having me. I
Thank you, Joski C. You already know. Everybody loves Joski C. Trumps and escalator. Dun, dun. Makes me want to pull out the bongos. All right. Where we going? With the withdrawn right now. With the withdrawn. And then Vernita Bostic. Then Bill Elkins. Then Paul Conqueso. And then Ron Thompson. We got a full lineup, and it's like 10. How you doing, the withdrawn?
I'm good. How you feeling? I feel
Where's
good.
your mug at? You got your mug tonight?
I got my Hershey Park one today.
Oh no. Well, thank you for ordering the new Yorican mug on prflagsup.com. Even though you're using your Hershey mug tonight, you drinking hot chocolate or what?
Tea.
In a Hershey mug. So what you gonna do?
I got new shit too.
New shit. Yes, everybody's bringing that new shit.
So this was actually a portion of this was inspired by Kai and what she does in her poems too. But Trey Songz has a mixtape called Anticipation 2. If y'all never heard it, one of the best mixtapes ever. And he has a song on it called Find a Place, and I titled this Found a Place, which my girlfriend's birthday was on Tuesday, and I wrote this for her. So. Ooh, honey, I could have all the money in the world, but I wouldn't be nothing without you, girl. And ooh, baby, you could offer me all the ladies in the world, but I don't want one, cause ain't none like my girl. And baby, tell me how I can explain it. A love bullet went through my soul. You took my heart and rearranged it, and now you got full control. My mistakes ain't my bad ways. Girl, you made a change in this man, baby, for the better. It's no coincidence that the initials of our first names are in the alphabet together. So thankful for you that I wrote and mailed your mother a whole 2-page letter. I want to give the finger to every man that left her heart severed, but I'm gonna pull a Kevin instead. Put the middle one up and follow it with my index. Peace, because without y'all, this between her and I, we would not be experiencing. Even though what was done to her pains me, I forgive you. I'm all about mindset and gratitude. I'm all about mindset and attitude. Sprinkle in a little gratitude. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. And now you got a power puff, dude. It's no good for my soul to settle for someone who doesn't contribute to the growth and expansion of my mental. Like, at this rate, I'm down to raw dog your mind for the rest of my life. Convert her to a sapiosexual Tatiana. Have her in the book club busting down that spirit. My legs started hurting when I began running out of options. And by that, I mean, I really had no choice but to put a halt on investing in women who were probably no good for my vitality. It was draining. As soon as I stopped, you came along. You know what I call that? God. You show me that always wanting my space
germophobia, mental illness, non-attentive to phone, melancholic, overthinking, overanalyzing, emotional, to myself, obsessively invested in my craft, can't even understand his own brain having asked that he doesn't need to change for no one. And I am extremely grateful. I know we can never be thoroughly comprehended, but I tell my counselor all the time, it's so weird having someone who gets it. She says herself she won't ever fully understand, yet I know she tries really hard to. That's what it is and should always be about. I've presented you something other than toxicity, and in doing so, you've changed. You've presented me something other than the false reality I created in my head, and in doing so, I've changed. Trey said, I just want to find a place inside of you. I say, I found my place. Thank you.
Woo! The Withdrawn. What a romantic you are. You're such a romantic.
Thank
You're
you.
the most pervious romantic. You got that balance of.
Speaking of that,
and you know it's true.
Speaking of that, I actually have a 2.7 of the poems I've been writing that I'm gonna do Monday. So if y'all ready to see that, I got it coming. So
Okay.
new shit, more new shit.
I believe in you. I believe in you. And
Thank you so
much love
much.
to you and your girlfriend. My girlfriend too.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, love. I appreciate you.
We share her. All right, thank you, The Withdrawn. Peace. With your romantic ass. I love it. I love romantic people. I want more romance. Oh my God, yes. Okay, so where are we going now? Where are we at right now? Who's gonna join us next on this open mic tonight after The Withdrawn? The Withdrawn is so not withdrawn too. That's what's so crazy. He is not. He's so revealed. But let's see what Veronica Bostic is gonna bring to the table. She always has jokes. I got jokes too. That's why I love it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
It's not Veronica. It's
Bernita. Why do I keep doing that? I need to stop drinking.
If it was Veronica, I would have had a lot of more opportunities in life. It's Bernita,
okay? Vernita, what the hell? That's it though. I'm gonna call you Vernita Veronica. Oh, Veronica. Oh, Vernita girl. I'm sorry. How you doing, sweetheart?
It's okay, good. How are you? Hope everybody's good. Hopefully I can bring a little laughter in some of these dark times that we have. So, you know, the good thing in the tri-state area is more things are opening up now, which is cool because remember in the beginning when we were on lockdown, like for real, we couldn't really do anything. All I basically did was like watch TV, right? And that was cool up until a moment, but I kept seeing all these COVID celebrity commercials. I don't know if you guys saw any of them. Like I saw, you know, they were trying to use celebrities to encourage us to follow like the CDC guidelines. Like I saw one with Oprah, right? And she was like, hi, I'm Oprah. And I'm encouraging you to wash your hands, socially distance, and stay at home. If I can do it, you can do it too. I was looking at the screen like, bitch, you have 70 acres, okay? 23,000 feet telling me what I can do. No, I can't do that. I live in a small ass apartment in Jersey. No, I can't do that. And it's funny because she was serious about it because she actually had Stedman in a guest house. He must have come back from vacation. So she wanted to make sure that he quarantined. She had his ass in a guest house and was talking to him on TMZ. They showed it from the window of the guest house while she was in the main house. I was like, Oprah, you fucked up for that. You know that your house is big enough where you can have a wing where Stedman could have stayed and y'all didn't have to see each other for 2 weeks. Like that's on some 12 years of slave shit. I was like, oh, Oprah, you need to shut up with your lavish ass. I can't. I love Oprah, but like you can give me a car, but don't give me advice. Don't give me advice. Leave that one alone, you know? But I actually think that I feel bad for a lot of people because quarantining and the pandemic has been really hard on a lot of people, especially emotionally. And I feel really bad and my heart goes out to those people. But for me personally, I've actually been pretty good with the quarantine because I'm an only child and I don't really fuck with people like that. So I feel like it's prepared me for this very moment. So I've been pretty good for the past 6 months. You know what I mean? I don't know if anybody is an only child out there. I love being an only child You know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously didn't have any siblings. There were no kids really around me. Any family members that were my age, they were out of state, so I didn't see them like that. So I spent mad time in my room playing games. But I never understood why my parents kept buying me games to keep me company. I mean, to keep me, you know, occupied. Games they were buying me were like for 4 more players. Like, that shit never made any sense to me. Like, I can't tell you how many times I played Candyland, Hungry Hungry Hippo, and Battleship by myself, you know, but it prepared me. So, you know, it was a life lesson. I think it helped me. It was a life lesson. But in all seriousness, I'm actually doing better than I expected. Because I spent quarantine basically by myself, like a lot of people, but my boyfriend unexpectedly passed away a year ago. So I've been dealing with the grief and dealing with everything and, you know, just trying to find my way again. And it's hard sometimes when you lose somebody that close to you, because as a Christian, you grow up in the church and you learn not to question God because God always has a plan. But you're human, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't help but to ask God questions. And I remember in the beginning, I was like, why, God? Like, why would you take this God-fearing man, this humble man, this man that would give a shirt off of his back? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you take this brother from Newark, this good brother from Newark, and then leave George Zimmerman's ass still alive and well in Florida? Like, I'm not really understanding that shit. They got something in the church called favor ain't fair. Like, there's an imbalance here. There really is. Like, I really had a conversation with God. Like, really, God, he's in Florida. Like, you couldn't have no alligator or no crocodile eat his ass up by now? It's been years. I've given you time, God. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you some time. And then I started thinking, like, all right, forget animals. What about hurricanes? Because Florida got a lot of them too, right? So I was like, all right, the next hurricane, I'm gonna need you to take care of that. So I decided to look up what the next hurricane name is, and it's Humberto. That's wonderful. I love my Hispanic people. I believe in cultural equality, but why we ain't got no names? We don't have no names. So I'm gonna say when we get to the L's, that's our time, Black people. That's our time. I'm gonna need Hurricane LaQuisha to come and sweep his ass out of his house so he can drown on Martin Luther King Boulevard. Like, I feel like that's true justice. Hashtag Black hurricane names matter. All right, guys, that's my time. That's it.
Vernita, yes. Black hurricane names do matter. Shoot. Stedman in the other house too. Oh my God, Oprah. Oh, Oprah. I was like, well, Stedman. Maybe he reaches. Maybe that's why Oprah loved him, because he
I don't know, but she's not marrying him, so.
Like, because she don't want to do a prenup and she don't want to share her shit.
I understand.
Thank you, Vernita.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Sorry for your loss. I know, like, I admire your way of still finding laughter in the pain, because you have shared some really deep things in your, in your comedy, but that's definitely a medicinal way. Thank you for sharing laughter with all of us. Mwah. Stay strong. Yes, Queen. Yes. I love me some comedy. I love it. And I know, I be acting the fool too, because you can't take yourself too seriously, Let's see what Bill Elkins got tonight. Last week, I had to cut him off a little bit short because his song was going long, and I hated to do that. But what version you gonna sing for us tonight, Bill Elkins?
I'm gonna sing a relatively new song that I wrote.
New shit?
Yes, about COVID-19, and it's entitled "Grave Blue World," and I hope you like it. And it's a lot shorter than the other one I did last week. Okay, hope you like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wear a mask upon your face, lest death be your fate. We need to save the human race. Corona, Corona, let mercy spill. On divine favor, fools our mortals be. COVID-19 lives, breathes, and flourishes through our panic. As we cocoon in unbridled greed, the hoarded tissue and disaffectant, to keep the war alive, no promises of freckled young, or to dying widows in epical dilemma. Grave blue world through which humanity ships deadly sails. We are all huddled together with COVID-19 beyond the pale. Confronting turbulent waters under dark, thundering, anonymous skies. We desperately endeavor to save ourselves from the final sunset in our eyes. Wear a mask upon your face, yeah. Lest death be your fate. Mm-hmm. We need to save the human race. Safer at home orders followed by angst. Confusion going forward. Can we endure a war against a virus? Where is mighty Mars tonight, the god of war? Still another shelter-in-place order. Pandemic, life and death, issues abound. Moments of silence in social isolation. Where can we hide to keep our distance? Grave blue world through which humanity ships deadly sails. We are all huddled together with COVID-19 beyond the pale. Confronting turbulent waters under dark, thundering, anonymous skies. We desperately endeavor to save ourselves from the final sunset in our eyes. Wear a mask upon your face, yeah. Let death be your fate. Mm-hmm. We need to save the human race. Corona, Corona, let mercy spill on divine favor. Fools or mortals be. COVID-19 lives, breathes, and flourishes through our panic. Through our panic. Do 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 do. Wear a mask upon your face, yeah. Lest death be your fate. Mm-hmm. We need to save the human race. Mm-hmm.
Bill Atkins, everybody. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
I like the falsetto. You got them licks on the guitar tonight. It was nice.
Well, thank you very much.
Bill Elkins, everybody. Wear a mask upon your face.
You got a better falsetto than I do.
Oh, the Withdrawn had falsetto tonight. Bill Elkins had falsetto. Tonight's a falsetto kind of night. Everybody, let's everybody say, put the mask upon your face.
I don't know.
Thank you, Bill. Let everybody know how to follow you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you. Please, Bill Elkins, everybody. Okay, so now let's go to Paul Con Queso out in Jersey. Professor, publisher, badass, Paul.
Especially the badass part. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also threw my falsetto on Monday, but I mean, like, you know, that's not Thursday, so I'm gonna just leave it there. Did hit some Usher though. All right, so I got one really short poem, one not as short, but they kind of go together. So I'm just gonna get to it. This first one is called Newark Water Department. You gotta hand it to them. State officials have finally found a quieter way to pump our city's poor and black and brown bodies full of lead. Okay, this next one is called Tap. The alkaline tang of metal drips as I take baby sips from faucet-filled cup and let it coat esophagus, setting up residence in the tenements of this bird cave chest. Mud-brown sludge led us to think we're unclean, but who fed me that mentality? Do we throw babies out with bad bathwater? I'm from a city where bodies drop, and no one stops to ponder or worry why. Well, they just die. Filthy sinks afloat in a wash of despair. Their benefits, ribbons, and flag-filtered profile pics display how such hashtagtivists making much of Parkland, Sandy Hook, and Columbine. But pay no mind to the Flints, Norks, and Baltimore's inner cities afflicted with only one condition, lack of affluenza. This could happen anywhere else and be a huge thing, except for where they don't care about. Perhaps because this lead fills black and brown children's bodies far more silently than AR-15s, the same apathy which turned our temple's tenements, placing poison in our curriculum. Water fountains and sinks at home. It's a simple system. Trickle-down neglectomics, let them eat lead. Marie Antoinette aristocrats shovel shit on us and cover up. Stoic as cancer dolls, asbestos-lined halls, new age ethnic cleansing like Tuskegee, smallpox, typhus, and cholera. Totally not their fault though, you know, the same way white crime is like white lies, innocent and victimless. But is it when it cripples kids before they form full sentences and suffer permanent brain damage, making us the statistic they insisted would perform below already low standards of standardized tests meant to cement their already criminal tax input? Sir, Governor Snyder, Christie, you won't do time for this blatant disregard of the impoverished, though all you politicians should. Dub this the eugenic movement part 2. Use children as bargain chips and guinea pigs and plead ignorance when CNN comes calling for exposés on how inactions led to death, dismemberment, and war in streets, and even deeper pits dug in slums we can never climb our way out from with concrete slippers on, and government issue shovels as the very same system they engineered keeps us pent up in the pens they refuse to respect, travel to, campaign in, take away the basic foundations of education, protection from inflation, livable minimum wages, and housing regulations meant to prevent gentrifications of our nests. In school, you learn games. Simon Says, follow the leader and the like, but who should kids trust when leaders let lead seep in? And in Simon Says, it's okay to put their lives at stake. Only safe spaces now flooded by water fountains and showers until our public schools turn from prison pipeline to literal, pumping tidal waves of anemia, renal failure, and myriad other slow forms of death. Clean Water Acts, regulations not passed, mucked up in bureaucracy, all to stop inner city gaggles from flocking out. You see, white flight is not like migratory patterns, as you know. When they go, not one puffy-chested bird returns except to say how safe this place once was. Snowy egrets, cock necks, and raised brows. Scowl at our boil and Brita of every drink. Swear we're the paranoid that the source is safe to wade when they'd never take a step into our stream except to appropriate, refusing to sip from fountain pumping the city veins, quickly hemorrhaging each gushing main, the kind of place cultural tourists wouldn't wait for firemen to crack open hydrants on, because it just might splash back in fray. Very same pompas in which we used to play, open up on summer's day, letting them spray and baptize our face. My father's father was a fire captain in Newark, called into a South Ward 5 alarm one fated May day. He died amongst the flames, themselves trying to run away from this foundation crumbling, aware there may be no one left inside to save. He went in anyway, and perhaps that's how we salvage this. We go back in, instead of fleeing when smoke gets thick, ashes like flighty white dust might drift. You see, the cinders of our own aren't something we can or should ever run from in droves. A flock of doves leave us to squabble in colonies of rubble they long ago fled from. But fuck their cowardice. We'll stay and douse the flames, devouring my homely place, their ghetto of a mentality, gulping life like sharpened straws, piercing every pigeonholed aorta, sunk, sick as drinks drunk from bird baths where babies float, a pruned purple floating face down, water everywhere, and not a solitary drop of it spilled. Cries and shouts and bodies drop. Bodies. What bodies? Here. Have a drink. Drown all those voices out. Burn, baby, burn.
Oh, con queso. Ah! Ah! God. Why are you so powerful?
Newark hasn't had clean water as long as I have been a living human being. And since 2016, Flint and Newark have both had knowledge of the water crisis. So that's a poem I wrote because it just pissed me off for too long.
That is so powerful. Let me tell you, in this documentary called Hip Hop Hope, about the effects of 9/11 on hip hop, there's a part like, and this was in 2002, you know, that I'm talking about water, you know, how everybody is going to fight. Well, eventually we're going to fight over the last clean drop. And that was in 2002. And look at us.
It'll be the new oil, you know?
Yo, you got to watch this documentary, Hip Hop Hope, the documentary. It was in the first Tribeca Film Festival. And we were so hungry. We did all the soundtrack. We went in, and yo, it's just
it's prescient. It was predicting a lot of shit.
It really was, and we're living it now. We're witnessing it now, and you know, that's how they control us, like monopolizing the things that we need. I made up a character called Brittany Starling, the owner of the sun. Because I be doing stupid shit like that sometimes.
That's dope.
I'm like, what's the next? I'm gonna start charging you for sunlight, all right, for sun rays.
I mean, if they could commodify it, they would. They would. They really would.
I'm telling you,
like
Brittany's
water is a resource. We pay for water. It's like, motherfucker, you don't own water. The water comes out the earth. Why are you charging? Whatever.
Sick. It's sick. It's so sick. But thank you. You keep
appreciate you, Bruja. Love you guys. Appreciate the platform always for letting me come and spit my shit. You can find me at Paul Con Queso on IG and Venmo. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Love you, New York.
Paul Con Queso. That's Paul with cheese, if you please. Paul Con Queso para los necios. Now let's see what Ron M. Thompson is going to bring to the table tonight. Let's unmute Ron M. Thompson.
Wow, what a pressure. Thank you, Labua. How are you?
I'm well. Nice to see you.
Likewise. Unlike Metronome, I'm not wearing any shoes. I'm just wearing socks, but I'm happy to be here with many of my Monday fellow poets and friends, so I appreciate the platforms. Good to see you, Labua.
Good to see you, and I'm glad you have good socks. Rich Glennon is happy too.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to read a poem here called I'm Tired. And if my audio cuts off, just let me know. All right. I'm tired of wearing a face mask every time I step out of the confines of my sanctuary. I'm tired of not being able to breathe easily. There's just too much heat and humidity. Who thought of extending the pandemic all the way into summer? I thought it was supposed to have ended by Easter. I'm tired that I can't see people's smiles behind their masks. Not everyone has mastered Tyra Banks' smizing with their eyes. I'm tired of not being able to go to theaters or cafes. I'm tired that I can't travel anywhere I want to go. I'm also tired of hearing the daily news chronicling the rising numbers of infected virus victims. I'm tired of hearing of new patients admitted into ICUs. I'm tired of losing loved ones. So I will keep wearing my mask, hide my smile behind the piece of cloth, not go to theaters, stay local. Alas, I have found many treasures in my neighborhood I never realized were right under my nose, literally. I will keep going to online open mics. I will keep recommending events and books. I will keep listening to my fellow poets and writers on the internet. They motivate me. They keep me alive. They keep me happy. I will keep spreading optimism instead of spreading a virus. I will look forward to the end of this difficult journey. I will keep telling all my friends that we will get okay to the other end. I have faith that this will be true, because then I finally will no longer be tired. The end.
Woo! Ron M. Thompson. Heartfelt and honest. Thank you for your energy, even though I know you're tired. I'm tired.
That's how I feel, but gotta keep putting the mask on, if we want to get past all of this, we gotta, that's the least we can do, so those are my true sentiments. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. We're getting through this together, and yes, at least we do have each other. We have each other's poetry. We have this amazing narrative being created for the world to live into. I just love that. So thank you, Ron. Okay, we're gonna keep it going, keep it flowing. We have only a couple of participants left. Victoria Nickerson, I don't see you in the chat, so I don't know if Victoria is here. Let me know. You're number 24, but right now, let's go with Abraham Kimani. Abraham Kimani, let's see. Did he get good signal tonight?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, yes.
Yeah, I'm at home this time, so I'm not on the road. So I have two pieces. One is from 2015, one I just finished today, actually. So the first piece is the old piece. It's called Eyewitness News. The best educational resource is the eyes. Watching socio-historical dramas infiltrate the minds, memorizing personal tragedies written, typed, and recorded by hands, toiling under the most oppressive conditions in lands where the stench of blood, sweat, and tears hit the nose, breathing out life, breathing in death, but hanging on to hope that all verbal, emotional, mental, physical, and sexual abuse will stop attacking hearts under distress long after sustained injuries to the internal and external parts. Survivors of oppression publicly lash out with their tongues, exposing the repressive secrets from the top of their lungs, shattering the shameful code of silence where snapshots and videos capturing violence and protests with recorders, cameras, and cell phones belonging to unsung photojournalists who never made it a paid profession to report the eyewitness news on Channel 7 or print the brutal struggles of daily life and white and black for citizens of the world to read and see the facts and photographs of civilians and prisoners of war refusing to follow law and order, to bow down to the system, and got beaten, arrested, and tortured. These photojournalists were just ordinary folk with a brave pair of eyes who would rather risk their lives than pretend to be blind. Ordinary folk with a heart full of compassion and concern, a brain that comprehends what it means to live and learn, a nose that inhales trouble from every country, with hands ready to receive knowledge as a form of currency, with a mouth ready to excel justice when speaking with conviction, and ears sensitive enough to open up and listen to the pleading and crying voices of Black mothers and fathers who had the misfortune of outliving their sons and daughters. You see, of all the five senses, the most important one is the sense of sight, the ability to see the pain people experience throughout life, to touch their hearts with kind speech and encouraging words, spraying the fragrance of love to eliminate the smell of hurt, lingering from their tongues that never tasted milk and honey, dry throats speak of thirst as their growling tongues say, I'm hungry, demanding better living conditions and be served on their plates, coming back for seconds and thirds, no longer willing to wait until justice and all fronts is served on a silver platter, because the lives of all oppressed matter. Coming live from Black working class personal point of view, this is a concerned citizen of the world reporting on eyewitness news. Yes, baby. Yes.
You good, Abraham? You just got screamed on? What's going on? The neighbor,
okay,
you
babe.
neighbor? What happened?
Oh, just an interruption. Okay. This next piece is called Walking on Thin Ice While Black. I'm a Black life hanging in the balance, accepting open invitations to everybody's challenge, to go for a stroll, walking on thin ice, not once, not twice, but thrice, while fighting for survivors with a cup of water, telling Lynch, my arsonist, I will not be a martyr, making it known to all the lightning sparks to meet me at sunset when it gets dark, so I can douse them out with my hose before they get a chance to burst in flames, burn my body, and assassinate my good name, known for climbing up trees every day, throwing shade at the sun without breaking the sweat, freezing heat waves, forcing summer to go on an early retreat, with her head hanging down in defeat, because I stripped solar of all his power, made him go out in the rain to take a shower before I cut him in pieces with a butcher, beat the salt out of him with a cane of sugar, then jump off of topic to avoid getting caught, landing on both feet in my train of thought, stopping dead at its track so I can get on board, doing the splits on my knees, praising the good Lord for keeping me from slipping and falling to my death. As I sit on my reflections, taking a deep breath, momentarily resting in victory on the shady tree, without a noose in sight, choking life out of me, preparing to fend off the next round of attacks for walking on thin ice while black. Thank you.
Abraham Kamani, ladies and gentlemen. The second time that you recited, because your volume was lower, it was actually clearer. And my God, landing on both feet in my train of thought. Poetry, bars, flames. Abraham Kamani, ladies and gentlemen. Let everybody know how to follow you. That was dope. Let them know. Cindy Lawrence is next. Abraham Kamani. Thank you. Put it all in the chat. Let's go with Cinda and then Sam Park. Cinda Lawrence. I think the first time she read a poem was about her cat. Am I right about that?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Cinda.
Hey, I never had a poem about my cat.
No? What was your first poem about?
I think one about extraordinarily kind I did here. I can't remember. Remember about, that's what I wanted, extraordinary kindness.
That's what it was. It was something with a cat. It was a kind. Oh, maybe because did you have a cat in your room?
My cat. And she's always performing in the background. You can't see her tonight.
That's what it was. I knew there was something.
Every time. But on that theme, you guys, I am just such a special night. I just care about you so much. I can't tell you, my heart. I just love your words. Every one of you, thank you. Oh, I can't even, I'm speechless, which is not good for a writer, but I'm speechless. Anyway, this is called For the Pure Joy of It. I love the nature shows, the Blue Planet, Planet Earth, and I watch those because the planet is so magnificent to see nature, and it gets me through the pandemic. It's just so, watching those nature shows it's amazing. So this is about dolphins. So it's called For the Pure Joy of It. Have you seen a dear dolphin riding the surf? She thinks not of worries nor protecting her turf. The wind and the sky and the magnificent waves, these send her flying to the freedom she craves. Like all living things, she's aware of the danger. Still, the ocean's her friend, not ever a stranger. Of course, she must work to nourish her young, but no matter the gain, she's already won. In her world exists no money nor dreams. Today's all there is, and it's all that it seems. Religion and hate, poverty and war, these toils of mankind stay away from her shore. She swims with her peers, competing for food, but none of them kill simply out of a mood. The sharks are around, of this she's aware. It's nature at work, she accepts it's not fair. The language she speaks, only known to her kind, omits all the words, making humans so blind. She soars high in the air, flying over the seas, singing her melodies in all the right keys. Hers is a life of freedom and being. Now is the time, nothing else is worth seeing. The end of her life may come next hour or next week. She gives it nary a thought. She lives at her peak. We live each day so proud of our brain. She lives only to live, embracing the rain. We struggle so much being part of society. For her, the water's enough, no need for variety. The sea is her universe, her home and her Eden. No New York or Paris, India or Sweden. If only we'd learn from this beautiful creature her simple existence, pure joy, her best feature. I want what she's found, that elation of spirit, the sweet thrill of right now with no need to fear it. Imagine you're her just for a day, pure joy in each breath, soaring over the waves. Do it this second. Don't look for the door. Inhale the air and worry no more. Don't stop to think or try to believe it. The key's in the song to simply just be it. This song reminds me of you, La Bruja. You live for the joy of it. You breathe, every breath is pure joy. Like, it reminds me of you.
Oh, Cinda, thank you so much.
Everyone's got to be a dolphin when it gets really, really bad. Be a dolphin.
I was saying, I saw recently a dolphin's brain. It's like a human brain with a whole other layer on top. I was like, these are some really smart
Like going through the shining waves in the sun, like pure joy, swimming for the pure joy of it. Oh my God, like that kind of joy and just being and breathing and swimming. It's like, oh, it's like when you swim or you do something you love or you sing or whatever you love to do, or when you write, whatever you love to do. It's just, you have that joy, you know?
Oh,
so, which you need right now. We need that right now.
Sending you joy and love and all that.
You bring me joy. You do. Oh, you bring me joy.
Thank you, Cinda. Oh my God, I got teary too because you know I usually rattle a raccoon penis bone, and then Withdrawn was like that. I'm looking for a dolphin penis bone online. And the crazy thing is that I was talking about dolphins today because in Cabo San Lucas, you can possibly swim with the dolphins. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say to the dolphin when I swim with him? I'll be like, any relation to Flipper?
Thank you.
Thank you, Cinda. And I know that, they're very sexual. Like, they're super, super sexual. And I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to get like dolphin condoms? What the hell is going on? I'm going to come back with a story. Hi. You guys encourage me way too much. Okay. Oh, someone wants to know how to give a financial donation to the Poets Cafe. Go to nuyorican.org/contribute or send some money to La Bruja NYC. Why not? So now let's see let's keep it going, keep it flowing. And let's see now with Sam Park. Let's go to Sam Park. Hi, Sam.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Where are you tonight?
So I am currently residing in Brooklyn. Just moved here, but I've been living in the city for a couple years now, which is really nice. But yeah, I usually perform on Mondays, but I'm really excited. Withdrawn told me I had to get on this, so I was like, okay,
you
whatever.
Came on through
we out.
The other side. Yeah.
Might as well,
Love it. So what are you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm gonna share a poem. This is Pouring from an Empty Cup. All right. At any given time, it is instinct for me to swaddle my empathy around someone and bind tightly with the warmth of a mother's hands. I realize that my gifts to the world aren't wrapped in gold by any means, but they hold the same value as a promise that remains unbroken. It stands against the test of time, ripening with age as experience marinates my actions with sweet acceptance and endless chances. I'm a sucker for romances. Like the scene where their hands shift closer and closer and closer and closer until they meet, and their skin instantly memorizes the shock of touch, and then the delectable union of lips. A binding contract between two, as traditions go, as if to sign the declaration of dependence that mistakes are a sure thing and forgiveness is evident, all flaws are created equal, and we, the love-struck people, understand this granted freedom to keep the story going. Even with expectations set high, the solid trust between two souls can be as fragile as glass. Equal parts are grounded, But when scorched rocks and sand fuse together and are cooled with waves of divine cognizance, the desired result should be smooth transparency. To me, the seamless melding of our individuality is the most beautiful part. So, although I see the fragility in barriers and blind doubt, my consciousness calls me to extend the fruits of patience so they can be harvested. There is nothing like the abundant enthusiasm that awakens like the sun embracing the earth, every morning feeling the same admiration as the first, and every first time still finding new things to admire. At least that's what our favorite romantic comedies tell us. But regardless of the joy of not being alone, there's still something crucial missing beneath my skin and bones. Extending love lost its freshness, being used and recycled, and ever since, I've been searching for a sip of crisp tenderness of my own brew. To be held is to witness warmth, but toxicity is only one easy flame away before the smoke in the mirror is completely blinding. This found me in a predicament of my own, searching for a mask or a clone, although saving face and asking for space might actually be what saves me. The crazy part is, the understanding that I was anointed with upon my creation is a fragrance I couldn't note ever since the breezes of self-doubt crept by for the first time. Now I'm searching to quench the thirst that I so readily pour freely for others into myself, instead of looking for refuge in another. I am a student of self-priority, a nomad of surety, moving on and letting go of these doubts that want to loom over me. I'm learning that a heart does not grow without a beat, and there is no reason to deprive my soul of the love that it holds itself accountable of giving. I'm just now forgiving the parts of myself that never seemed like they were fitting, because I see that keeping room for self-criticism is what's really depleting. But that realization is only the beginning. Thank you.
Yes, Sam Park, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for crossing over to Thursday nights and sharing that brilliance. Oh, yes.
Yes, they
oh,
me.
yes. Priority.
you know.
Really, right? To love the darkest parts of yourself, the parts you deem unlovable all your life that you've been shamed. Like if you could sit with that, oh my God.
You know what? It's the shadow work. We all need to face our shadows and greet them with the same amount of love as we greet our light, you know? Yeah.
Yes. Well, I hope you speak to yourself as beautifully as you've spoken to us tonight. Thank you, Sam Park.
I tried. Thank you. If y'all want to look me up, I'm also on Instagram. My Instagram is @ZaddyBeats. I'm a playlist curator. I love creating a vibe. I love sharing my music. My Venmo is @Samantha-Park-1, I think. But yeah, I'll put it in the chat. But thank you. It was so great to meet you, Miss Bruja. We got it.
You are a vibe. Shit. Ha! All right. Okay, so now let's go with Tyrone Ross Thompson. I believe he is part of, is it Wampum? Is that how you say it? Please teach me.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi, that's Wampum.
Oh, Wampum. Okay, because Wampum is something else. Wampum.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
so tell me.
Yeah, Wampum is from Sligo Falls, and Sligo Falls was inundated by the Dalles Dam and the John Day Dam on March 10, 1957. So we're over here on this side of the states and along the Columbia River in Oregon, and that's where my grandfather was from. And so that's my lineage and my tribe. And I'm a contributing writer for Lastro Indians. And glad to be here. Can you hear me?
Wonderful to have you. Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
are listening.
Okay.
I'm enthralled. And you
right.
have fans in the chat too, so let them
right.
have it.
All right. The following is Lineage of Legends. Another day chasing recovery, endlessly trying to remember language. You remember the drives along the river with selfish thinking of disconnected love, a reminder of the depression. I didn't want to identify with this feeling. Sudden pallbearer was an empty feeling, quickly abused along neglected recovery, growing alcohol's impeccable depression. with anger of disdainful language, breaking ties and killing self-love, like trying to divide the river. Once unnamed, like I wasn't from the river, created suicidal thoughts and lost feeling, lived and healed, irreverence of love, ancient knowledge of effective recovery, and relive in memory of stated language, the memory of experienced depression. Don't let me exit with depression. Assist the kinship's legacy of the river. Converse with me in sincere language, because the loss of kin is a lost feeling. I'm searching for resolve and recovery while healing self-love. Funerals made me feel like I couldn't love, like I was destined for depression. Nonetheless, still communal recovery, like various ex-kinships from the river. At times I get a lost feeling. In dreams I hear original language, empowered by the Mori Immersion Language Program. Here, the rebirth of love, life in a jovial feeling, and fortunate to survive depression. Lineage from the ancient center of a river, searching for others, for kinship's recovery. The poet's language and defeated depression. Gratitude of love in ancient river, continual feeling of active recovery. And thank you for your time.
Woo! Wow, Tyrone, that was beautiful. Give me chills.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh, may those sweet waters continue to bless you and your journey of self-love and healing. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
Peace. Power.
Peace. Have a good night.
Good night. Okay, now we're going to end it off with Joshua Love. Joshua Love. Ending on a love note. Tonight is about self-love, loving humanity, loving yourself. All this love and healing is so necessary. Let's unmute Joshua Love, who's going to close out for us tonight. And then I will see you next week, hopefully, from Mexico. I hope it gets signal, and if not, it's gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to call in Advocate of Words to to sub for me if I don't get good signal in Cabo San Lucas. But everything.
Yo.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Joshua Love?
Oh, Victoria wasn't there, huh?
Nope.
Oh, okay. All right. What's up with y'all?
Chilling.
Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to see you. I got to see you the whole night tonight, so y'all rocked it. I mean, y'all already know I ain't gonna be redundant.
What you gonna do for us tonight?
All right, so a lot, COVID-19 kind of has like forced out of us what we've already been working on. We're kind of coming into the realization that we're really becoming, movie makers, filmmakers. A lot of the friends developing their own brands. Brothers making music videos, shit like that. So my producer just sent me a new beat a couple nights ago, and it was a vibe. So I laid something on it, and I just felt like I had to come out here and drop it because I'm still trying to promote the album. And the name of this track is called Serving the Gods. All right. So here we go. I got to turn on the instrumental. Again, this is all original music. So we own this. We're in the middle of creating the label now, so this is all our shit. Yeah, that's loud enough. Serving that guy. Oh shit! Hold up. Oh shit, yo. That's actually the track. Let me put the beat on. That was the track with the vocals on it. My fault.
That's all right. You gotta do the right, yeah, like the, what do you call it? The performance track.
Yeah, that was the track. I need to give you the beat.
Otherwise, you're gonna have to do it Acapulco style, aka acapella.
Got you. All right, here we go. You can hear the beat, right? Serving the gods, not conserving the wads of cash, spending it quick, sending it thick, sending it to my bitch. Like port wine after 6 courses of fish, rubies and kicks, doobies and splits, we lit. Movies and flicks, we making. Movies and tits, we salivating. I'm finna give you a demonstration. Just watch the movie and gain the point with groupies. But they professional women, they underdressed for you. I paid a check for 2. Yeah, they like it like that. They make the next 2 moves. I'm with my niggas coast to coast, making toast with champagne. I'm more rigorous than most. The digits I post, it's a damn shame. Trying to run it up, Lake Champlain. Serving the gods, not conserving the wads of cash, spending it quick, sending it thick, sending it to my bitch. Like port wine after 6 courses of fish, rubies and kicks, doobies and splits, we lit. Movies and flicks, we making. Boobies and tits, we salivating. I'm finna give you a demonstration, just watch the movie. I'm finna run it up in SoCal with my niggas, with some bitches, sipping low-cal margaritas, they call them skinny, but the bitches thick. Rocking that Trisket fit, fresh out the box, it's crisp, blitzing the rocks, non-stop in the lot with the whips. Bitching the cops, constricting the ops. She kissing my cock on the top, just the tip. My dick in the thought, she shift the lips. She picking the spots, I kiss her bliss. But I never miss her, I'm on point. Yes, I dish off to my guards. I pay for bodyguards, cause all man is evil. I'm like Knievel, I'm lethal. I might kill you if you try to equal. I'm sweet, like equal, but I'm never foe. When I hear the bang, I go. Serving the guys, not conserving the wads of cash, spending it quick, sending it thick, sending it to my bitch. Like port wine after 6 courses of fish, rubies and kicks, doobies and splits, we lit. Movies and flicks, we making. Boobies and tits, we salivating. I'm finna give you a demonstration. Just watch the movie. So we just put that out. The album's coming.
Joshua Love with his religious ratchetness. We love your dirty, filthy, elevated self. Sucking a dick, fucking a tits, fucking a bit, and then the crows and shit. What?
Transparency, full. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yo, my father. If you lying to yourself, you in trouble.
Word. Let them know, Joshua Love, you done your shadow work. Yeah.
I appreciate you though. You already know.
I appreciate you too. And that is how we do it on Thursday night open mic. What? Bunk, bunk, bunk. Everybody was lit, live, literary, love. It was amazing. That's why I love hosting Thursday night open mic. I love it. I love each and every one of you. I love all of your brilliance, all of your honesty, all of your wonder. Thank you so much. Stay creative. This is how we remain sane and healthy and expressed, is by speaking our truth. I hope to see you next week. Like I said, remember, tonight is the eve of 9/11. So tomorrow, say your prayers, be in remembrance, never forget. And like I said in the beginning, believe that Freedom Tower, that was all sacred land, burial ground. So, you know, just remember the spirits. Remember them. Thank you so much for sending me safety. Much love to everybody. It's never too soon and it's never too late. So don't debate or procrastinate. Just write it down like you just can't wait, because what you say just might be great. Paul Conqueso knows. Joshua Love knows. Cinda Lawrence knows. Sam Park knows. Everybody knows. Thank you, Bill Elkins. Everybody. Joski C. Y'all were lit. Love you all. Peace. See you from Cabo San Lucas.